Hello, hello. Do I have my mic on from the start this morning? Let's get it all the way volume up. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Hello. Is that better? Can you hear me? I'm not seeing this making any noise on the. All right. I think that's it. Tap. I hope that didn't hurt somebody's ears. I'm going to wait for somebody to pop in here and confirm whether or not you can hear me now because the mic doesn't seem to be moving. Hmm. Let me see. I don't know. Let's share the stream on over to the Facebook, though. Oh, let's not. Is anybody else out there? Can you hear me? I see somebody in the chat. I'm having technical difficulties. Oh, good. Thank you, Queens. I appreciate you. All right, so let's get started. We've hit the minute mark. Welcome in, witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I'm Karma's right hand. This is the Underdog Ministry. Thank you for joining me. I'm doing a second reading for you today because I did not do one yesterday, but my lap is being held captive by a very furry inhabitant. She doesn't want to let me get under my desk. I'm going to see if she's going to go down now and not climb my leg like a cat tree. She has sharp toes, you guys. Very sharp toes. So I do have just one page from yesterday for automatic writing. I did not do a reading yesterday because of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I was trying to actually show some respect and not be on here as a white person talking about love and whatnot. I figured that I would give it a day. So, anyways, the downloads that I had from yesterday are all very positive and very uplifting and very good energy centered. So I'm glad for that, at least. So let me cleanse, open some space, and I'll get into it for y'all. All right, I have said my prayer. Not all the time do I say it out loud. And I know that bothers some people, but sometimes my prayers are just for me. All right, opening the circle. All right. Yesterday's automatic writing. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Love languages should be taught like a skill so they become second nature to society. The 5 love languages are acts of service, gift giving and receiving, physical touch, words of affirmation, and quality time. Somebody wants to compare, saying, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. So there's somebody that wants to show you their love languages, and they want to see what yours are. These are some that should be added to the list or categorized underneath these 5. Holding space for growth without criticizing, protecting each other's peace, celebrating achievements of the other person, and having self-discipline. First and foremost, be good to each other and be good for each other. I think that is something that's going to resonate with a lot of people, to be good to each other and for each other. When you have no other reason to do the right thing, it's because you've got to do it to demonstrate it for somebody else. If you have no other reason than to accept that you've done your best and you need help, accept the help and still be okay knowing that you've done your best. Nobody's criticizing you for helping you. That's the ability to receive as well as give. Some people, and I'm calling myself out, completely. This is all this one sentence is about me. If you feel like you're not worthy because you can't give, it's because you're being positioned to learn how to receive. You're not a bad human being if you run out of the ability to put out energy, put out effort, put out money, put out love, put out patience, put out time. Every gas tank needs to be filled. Okay? So that's why we're good to each other and for each other, because when one is out of gas, the other one's got a little to give. Okay? So if you are in a family, friendship, group environment, work environment, team environment, love languages are not always romantic. And this is where people mistake love. Period. Love is not sexual activity any more than reproduction in birds is amorousness. Okay? There's no romance in the tangle there. Love is giving when you don't want to because it's what's best for everybody involved in the long run. Love is being able to receive and feel that somebody's got your back instead of feeling like you owe them one. Somebody needs to learn how to receive, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So let's get a little bit deeper into that. But first, you guys, first flowers of the spring, I swear, I went on a walk after my last reading and I found some paper white narcissus. Imagine that. The first flower of spring is a narcissist. This is literally where the mystical of the mythology, Greek mythology of where this flower supposedly came from, is this gentleman Narcissus was so in love with himself that he stood by the water's edge and couldn't stop looking at himself. So a goddess turned him into a flower. So, you guys smell these? I know you probably can't smell them through the screen, but if you have them near you, you know what buttercups smell like, what paper whites smell like, and I just made myself so happy just picking a couple little flowers off my trail today. So figured I'd share the happiness with you guys. All right. So that's a self-love thing. I saw those flowers and said, they smell so good, I'm going to take them home. Ooh, I didn't give you a headphone warning. I am so apologetic about that, you guys. Your poor ears. Well, we've got vice as the first word out. And I don't think we're talking about Miami Vice. I think we're talking about a bad habit rabbit. Bad habit rabbit. Bath. Something about bath bombs. Somebody would like to soak in a bath. Soak is in the words. S-O-A-K. Somebody would like to soak in a bathtub. Maybe that's their one vice. They like to relax in the tub. I do. I have tub here as well. All right. Bathtub. Soak in the bathtub. And I'm hearing tub of lard. Yes and no. No manteca today. Form. Somebody's trying to form an alliance. Concrete forms. Somebody could be pouring a slab. Somebody needs you to sign something. A form. Lysol. Disinfectant. Somebody wants to clean a bathtub with Lysol. Rice. Like the food, or like the greatest wide receiver of the 1980s and 90s, Jerry Rice. Don't at me. I'm a diehard 49er fan. I don't care. I don't care if they just lost. I don't care. I don't. I'm still going to be a fan. I was born a Niner fan. I will die a Niner fan. I will die on that hill. Just saying, if you were wondering. Somebody does rice water for their hair. Somebody uses rice and makes rice water rinses for their hair, and they sit in the bathtub. This is somebody giving themselves some self-love. This is that quality time, gift giving, and acts of service. You can do that for yourself as well as others, just so you know. You do concrete work, Mind the Gap? Well, maybe this is your reading tonight. We'll see. That's a hard-ass job, dude. You must be tough as fuck to do concrete work. Like strong. That's like always stirring and scraping. That's a lot of back work. Ooh, I can almost feel like a knot in the middle of my back, right around here for you, that has to do with your rotator cuff. Mop. Mop with Lysol. There's a lot of cleaning involved here. Does somebody have an Airbnb that they have to clean regularly? Dash. Somebody might be a door dasher or have to clean the dash on their car, the dashboard. On when I was in college, we had our online main board for our classes was called the dashboard. I don't know. And then we've got the letter Z is the last one out. I'm going to toss that back in the can. And we are going to get started about these love languages, folks. Love languages. Acts of service, gift giving and receiving, physical touch, words of affection, affirmation, and quality time. We're going to take sex completely out of this, you guys. This is absolutely not a romantic love language day. This is how to give love without having sex. I don't think that people understand what that is anymore. I really don't. I'd be looking at the TV and turn it off because I can't handle it. I look at the internet feeds on some of the socials and it's just disheartening. The way people think about each other, the way people talk about each other, the way men look at women as a place to dump their physical emotions and stress into and expect them to cater. And then the way women want to just berate and talk shit and be fucking vicious to men and be like, give me money for it. So we're not going to talk romantic love. We're going to talk agape love today. This is the love between people that are not in romantic relationships. Okay? Acts of service. Opening the door for each other. You don't know that person, but you can see that little old lady needs a hand. Open the fucking door for her. You don't need to know her. You don't need a pat on the back. You don't need validation for it. Just do it. Gift giving and receiving. You got spare change in your pocket and somebody's on the corner starving? Who cares if they go buy a beer with it? It's 89 cents in your pocket. Give it to them. It's going to do them more good in the long run to make their day a better place than it's going to do sitting in your pocket, getting sweaty. Physical touch. Ever heard that term? A pat on the back? Right? Pat on the back. An attaboy. A good job. Right? Words of affirmation. I'm proud of you. I see how hard you worked on that. I'm sorry that you didn't win, but you're always a winner in my book. You make my day so much easier. quality time. These things. Face down. Face down. Bringers off. How was your day? Super easy. Okay? Love languages are nuanced is what I'm feeling. Nuanced. It's different for everybody. Build your confidence. First one out, build your confidence. So here's the deal. Remember how I said you don't have to know the old lady open the door? The fact that you open the door isn't a monumental occasion. But you have given that lady some respect. Maybe you have said, "Have a nice day, ma'am," and you're the only human being that woman's going to talk to for the next week because nobody else bothers to say, "Have a nice day." Trust and believe tiny little things make huge differences. Throw a rock in a pond and tell me different. Take action. Jade, heart-centered. It'll provide growth for you. Just do things for people. Do things for yourself. Do things in nature. Do something alone that makes you feel good. Do things that give yourself peace in contemplation. Give yourself time to think. We got two that just flew out. We've got indigo and purple just flew out together. Improve your vision and developmental clarity. So, giving yourself some peace. Giving other people positive moments that cost you nothing but maybe the change in your pocket. Or taking the extra time to give of yourself in a way that you have opened the door for somebody in some sort of way. Buy locally from somebody who's selling something on the side of the road instead of buying a brand name. You've actually helped a real family instead of a corporation avoid taxes. The tiny little things. When your kid wants the thing from the dollar store and you really don't want them to have the lame toy, but they're super excited about it. You know it's only going to last for an hour, but they're jazzed. Give them the little present. The joy that they're going to have, you're going to receive so much fun watching them be silly. It's almost as if people think love has to be expensive, grand gesture, performative, a stage. Bailey, can you not right there, please? You're backing it up too far, ma'am. Dog's got her bed. She's shoving it up underneath my feet. You don't want to be performative, okay? The thing is with this, love languages, it gets to feel fake in the world when it's a have to, a cost, it becomes a bill, it becomes an interest bearing payment. Okay? Love and money, love and sex, love and business don't intertwine at all. We've got Defiance as the next card out. Somebody's kind of unwilling to believe it's that easy. There's somebody here that's been programmed by like the internet and social media, and in my day and age it was television and the media and the tabloids. Okay. I'm getting the tabloids for this person. This is somebody who thinks that they have to be Kardashian rich to be worthy. Look how rich they are. They're all miserable. You can't tell me one of them is genuinely happy, except for maybe Kendall because she fucking listens to Slayer and smokes weed. Telling you right now, they're not genuinely happy. They have enough money to buy it. Whoever you are, you know that happiness is a product of these love languages. Somebody else doesn't believe it's that easy. The adversary. Gotta be kidding me. Somebody doesn't believe it's that easy. And this is that I'll show you mine if you show me yours. This is somebody here that doesn't believe that if you do these things without romance, without sex, without expectations, without keeping score, this person doesn't believe it's going to improve anything for anybody. But that ripple effect. Already this person said, okay, fine. I'm going to prove to you that your love languages ain't shit by showing you love languages. This person doesn't realize that the ripple effect has already begun with them. And when they find out that those love languages work and that they start to have more results in their life and a better life and things start to look shinier and more illuminated and happier for them with the sun, it's going to really improve the way that they look at life. Really going to improve their vision. So you've got somebody here that is bound and determined to prove you wrong, that the love languages, that love is not a physicality. That love is, this person really believes that it's a transaction. And you're showing this person, it doesn't matter, it's an energy. And it's like an energetic savings account almost. Winter in reverse, right after the sun. You had to break the ice off of somebody's frosty nature here. Somebody had a big chip on their shoulder. A real big chip on their shoulder. I'll show you mine. If you show me yours, I'm going to prove to you my fake acts of service, my fake giving and receiving. I'm not going to give any physical touch. I'm not going to give words of affirmation. I'm going to purposefully withhold that. This person doesn't understand that by being adversarial, they're proving your point. Because without any of those things, they don't have any access to your energy. You hold space for this person without criticizing. But you are absolutely helping this person realize without these love languages, life is not really fulfilling. I'm going to say that. Four of Swords in the reverse. The stress level that somebody's got because you're right. And they have to tell you you're right. This person thought they were going to literally fight you with your own belief system, and it ended up working for them too. You should fucking care. You should. You should care about other people. You should care about where you live. You should care about your neighborhood. You should care about your community. You should care. It's where you live. Be good to each other and for each other with self-discipline, by protecting each other's peace, by celebrating each other's achievements. You can do this with people that you don't even know, and it's totally called common courtesy. It's just not common anymore. Page of Swords in the reverse. I never thought I'd live to see the day. I just heard. I don't know who's talking, but I never thought I'd live to see the day. When I must have just shocked somebody in the comment section because this doesn't have anything to do with the reading. This is somebody watching right now. Whatever I just said, that you should care. You should care about everybody else. You should give a shit about others. I never thought I'd live to see the day that I would say something like that. That I would pour out a cup of love. That I would care. I do. I just don't. At the same time. That's duality, right? We covered that, didn't we? I care as a whole, but on an individual one-on-one level, it's a different me. I'm going to be direct and honest with how you get to where you need to be. There is a lady on the television. A lady on the television. I think her name's Ayanla. I don't want to mispronounce it, but Iyanla. Ayanla, Fix My Life. And this is a woman who is super smart, super intelligent, absolutely no bullshit. She ain't gonna take your attitude. She ain't gonna take your excuses. She's there to help, and she's there to fix your life. Somebody here says, I never thought I'd live to see the day when I'd be taking advice from you. Oh, fuck. That's funny. Okay. We have got the truth. Well, here's the deal. This, you should care. You should give of yourself. You should be concerned about other people, because don't you want to live in a society that's concerned about you? Just saying. Otherwise, if you live in a society where you treat others as you wish to be treated and you're shitting on people, don't be surprised when life hands you a big ass flaming bag of poo and rings the doorbell and says, ding dong ditch, bitch. It's going to be a surprise. Oh, water, new life, and death. Okay. You should care. Right on top of the Queen of Cups. You should care. This truth is going to flow from you. The way things like life coaches are supposed to say and do, okay? If you want a new life, you have to end the old one. If you want a new way of being, you can't do the old shit. If you want to clean things up, then you have to leave the trash outside. If you would like new, you have to put away the old. It's almost like somebody doesn't know they need to make room. Soulmate and Courage on the cut. I was actually going to put this deck back up. But I think here, this person said, bet. I'm going to show you what I can do. And I'm going to prove to you that these love languages are not true. This person here knows you're the truth now. They understand the gravity and the weight of what emotions are now with that water and new life. This person absolutely wants to turn over a new leaf or wants to do things the way you do because evidently you were right. This person doesn't want to say you were right. They don't want you to mop the floor with their ego, okay? This person might have a vice or two. This person may be somebody that drinks, smokes cigarettes, somebody that Now, I don't consider this a vice, but a lot of people do. Somebody might smoke cannabis. This is somebody that has to leave something behind to have a new life. There's somebody here that they've got a few vices, and it's going to be something that you teach them. Oh, fuck. Something that you teach them about love languages that's going to bring this person in out of the cold. Second time the Ace of Cups is here. You had somebody that was coming up against you that was going to prove you wrong. So wrong. You were going to be the one that was wrong. And now they have to come to you, Two of Wands here, backed into a corner and be like, okay, we're going to do it the way you said to do it because you were right. You were the truth. This person's going to like be muttering under their breath. They're going to be embarrassed. Justice in reverse. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. It's just not fair. It's not fair. So this is that words of affirmation. Somebody has to come in and admit they were wrong. It's a fucking hard ass thing to do. I hate doing it, especially on camera. When I say stuff, I'm like, oh fuck. I was wrong about that. Sorry guys. It's hard. But it gets easier. And then you start laughing at yourself and you're like, whoops. Damn, did I do that? Shit. So somebody here is having a hard time saying that you're right. They really are choking on it. Two of Wands in the reverse. They're choking on it. They're avoiding confronting an issue here where you are right and they are wrong and they made you, I don't know, a competitor, the op. This person was going to teach you a thing or two. They were going to show you something. And you ended up showing them something as well. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Something they didn't see. Something that it's frustrating the fuck out of this person that you're right. This person does not want to give that attaboy to you. And this is words of affirmation that you absolutely need. This person needs to give you the pat on the back and be like, I was fucking wrong. You were right. And we got the Hermit and the Two of Swords that just flew out together. This person knows if they don't, if they keep like having this headbutting contest with you, that they're going to be on the receiving end of solitary confinement, like just to their life. This person knows that you're right. They just have to, they just have to really I'm going to say work on that. They got to work on this one issue with themselves where they can't tell you that you're right. They really got to work on it. It's something that's compromised. Five of Wands in the reverse. They've really got to work on this. You have somebody that didn't believe what love was. You had somebody that believed that love was a physical transaction. Girls give their body and guys give money, and that was the deal. Girls look pretty, so guys want to give money. Men are money. It's just all weird. Love and money and love and business and love and sex are not interchangeable. Why do the cards keep flying off the table and onto the ground today? We got the Empress. Well, motherly figure. It's almost like everybody forgets that mom's love is their first love for most people anyway. I cannot say that for myself. However, most people realize and recognize this love when it comes to motherly people in our lives. The ones who take care of us, the ones who nurture us, the ones who put a cold washcloth on your head when you're sick, the ones who make sure that you're wearing a coat when it's cold outside, the one who cooks the best Sunday brunch. Like, all of those are love languages. And people are so disconnected from the divine feminine, period. The motherly, encompassing, caregiving, compassionate, nurturing, protecting energy. They're so disconnected from that. So is this person. They don't believe. And they didn't believe. And then you showed them what for. You showed them exactly what love was. Sitting in a rocking chair, knitting or something. Remember, at the end of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy couldn't wait to get home to Aunt Em to tell her she was so sorry and that she loved her and that there was no place like home. Temperance in reverse. Somebody's agitated. They're agitated that you're right. They're agitated that there's no place like home. They're agitated. There's temperance right there. The only thing that brings them peace is love. Your type of love, the kindred, familial, agape love. This is actually the lover's card in this deck. And you notice Dorothy and Toto. This is not a romantic card. This is a kind of love where you care about others and take care of them in their basic needs. You don't leave them behind when you're struggling, right? This entire movie is about the friends that go with you during the worst time of your life and are loyal to you when everything else seems against you. That's agape love. This person did not believe you. Page of bricks in reverse. This person's never been given that kind of love, so they didn't know that that kind of love existed. And now it's like an aha moment. The Ace of Wands, Ace of Brooms in the upright. It's here. Here you go. They're having an epiphany that you are really showing them what love languages are about. You, as an Empress energy, lead with love. As kindred energy, you remember your ancestors and hold respect and love. Somebody's put respect on their family name. Adjudication. Somebody might want to, I told you in the beginning, somebody might want you to sign a form. Somebody might not want you to sign a form. Somebody might want you to let something slide, not make something final, not make something legal, not make something court ordered. Not finalize something. Change in reverse. This person here didn't think they'd ever change. They never saw a reason to change. And they didn't believe that going head to head with you with love languages would change who they were. This person's really, this is the hermit card, the concern card. Deep deep in thought. This person is starting to have an epiphany or a realization that you have changed their entire way of being. Bad health in reverse. They've had something in the past maybe that made them not feel so great. Maybe they had a broken bone or a physical condition, an emotional condition, a temporary illness like pneumonia, or somebody might have had an appendix out, something that required a couple of days in the hospital. I think it forced somebody to see things differently, and they don't want something to change legally. Main female and community. Whoever you are, you've changed an entire, not one person. You have had a ripple effect in an entire community when it comes to acts of service, giving and receiving, physical touch, words of affirmation, and quality time. You have led with love. You have been good to each other, for each other, by example. You've changed somebody that nobody thought would ever change. Whoever this adversarial energy is, thought it was a good, fun joke. It was a bet. It was good, clean fun to come up against you and make you sad and prove that the way you were doing things was not the way things needed to be done. And now you're soaking in it. You're relishing it. You're loving it. 5 of Wands in reverse. This person feels absolutely defeated. You will not participate in drama. You are only putting out positive energy. And if there is drama, you hold space without criticizing, because people will grow eventually, or they won't, and then they're not your problem. 9 of Swords, the 9 of Spears. You're not doing drama, and you're not going to stress yourself out. 8 of Cups. Here's the deal. You are always going to be able to choose yourself, but you will protect others in dire straits. You will get nasty if you have to, but your actions are usually centered around protection. This is in the middle of a tornado. Professor Marvel forces Dorothy back, lets her out, and she has to run. And this is when she gets hit in the head by the what do you call the thing? Shutters on the outside of the window. Chariot in reverse. You're not going to stress yourself out, and you know that you're going to be out there protecting yourself, but you can still give. Okay? You're going to go slow, you're going to take your time with people, and you are going to hold space without criticizing. This is why you're a good leader. This is why you are showing folks better than you can tell them. 4 of Brooms, 4 of Wands in the upright. Sturdy foundations, stable foundations, a twin flame card, all 4 directions. You've got your moral compass in alignment. You have your feet are solid underneath you. Okay? And it's because you lead with love. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected justice. Last card out. Nobody expected for these people or this person specifically, this adversarial energy. It could be one person, it could be groups, it could be more than one person. You could have a work person that's a bother, you could have a school person that's a bother, you could have family members in different states or whatever that are bothers. The deal is, you are affecting everybody just by example. Like, you're not berating anybody, you're not trying to school anybody, you're not telling anybody that they're wrong, that you're in the right. The only thing you're doing is leading by example, by acts of service, giving and receiving, pats on the back, words of affirmation, those attaboys, those I'm proud of you, those good jobs, those you'll get it next times, and quality time, actually focusing on the person that's in front of you when you're with them. None of that has anything to do with intimacy physically. None of that has anything to do with romance. But when you apply it in all areas of your life, everybody feels loved and valued. Now, when you apply that farther into romantic relationships, in those acts of service, let me get the car maintained for you. Here, I thought of you when I saw this present. Here, I picked some fucking flowers for you. Here's a hug. The words of affirmation, my life would not be the same without you. Thank you so much. You make such a big difference. I love you. I care about you. Dang, you look good today. Whether or not somebody's attractive has nothing to do with whether or not you're attracted to them in that moment. So you don't have to necessarily lie to give a compliment like, hey, you're the sexiest person on the fucking face of the planet, but Brad Pitt exists. You're so hot to me right now. The truth, right? Okay, so there's things like that that can be taken farther into relationships that are romantic. But at the base fundamental of everything, people need to learn love languages. And they need to act like that with everybody, because in the Bible that everybody is really debating right now, I'm going to say that there's a lot going on. It doesn't matter what version, and it's not necessarily to be taken verbatim. It's more of a lesson than anything, to love thy neighbor as thyself. Right now, the world sees how much people hate themselves by the way they're being so hateful to their neighbors. I think Minnesota can speak to it right now. And I'm getting a song download. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's all about, we've got to start acting with some compassion towards each other, instead of thinking, oh my gosh, that's fucking simping by opening a door for an old lady. Fuck that hag. We can't be like that. We can't. Otherwise, the world's going to keep perpetuating even worse, because people are going to feel bad every day because people make other people feel bad. So you've got to lead with love. Whoever this adversarial person is, you have changed them completely. They do not believe or did not believe in what you stood for at all. This person was going to teach you a thing or two. They were going to show you. Justice is here. I think you dropped a house on somebody, metaphorically speaking, and showed them that there was no place like home, no place like friends and family and community, no place like love languages. All right, you guys, I'm going to close the circle today. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out, and thanks for the, I don't know, dealing with a little bit more of a emotional reading, or a, I don't know, a lesson today as opposed to a reading. I don't usually like to harp on shit, but it seemed like that one really wanted to come out, and it took me till today to get to it, because when I was doing my writing yesterday, I don't know, I was just kind of overwhelmed by it, and like, people are going to think it's bullshit when I read this. People are going to think it's weird because the world is the way it is right now. Specifically why the message needs to be said. if we treated each other with more love languages in platonic community and friendship settings, I think we would have a better place to live. I don't know. That must be the John Lennon in me speaking, folks. I just, we could all use a little more love. I'm going to close the reading and tell you guys, remember to blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. Remember, if I can manage to not be a piece of shit after everything that I've been through, so the fuck can you. Black Betty out.